make sure. Everything is running. To that. Yeah, that's that. That's done. So the stream is live. Bear with me 2 seconds. Also, throughout the stream, I just want to make you aware that if you hear crackling noises, things like that, that aren't part of the game, I am a vapor and I will be vaping. No, give me 2 seconds just to start the stream, if there is anyone watching. Right, the stream is good. Let's get this started. Now, in my previous stream, I did say that I'm going to do this without the use of a walkthrough, and halfway through I did end up using one. So, I'm going to just start this by saying, no, I am going to be using a guide to help me find all the Lawstone locations, because some of them are very, very difficult to find. Right, so let's begin. I think the last I did, we crossed the bridge and found Hela, so at the moment we have no sword because it broke. Yep, this is where we start.
Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Right, this one will be in front of you and we make our way up to the symbol door by the beach. Right, so allegedly there is a stone around here, or not.
Stay. Go towards him. Quick. Go. Run. Come on. Before he disappears. Go. Go. Go.
I imagine then that that one's up there. I don't really know for certain.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others.
I want to have a proper good
Very
look though,
functionally,
because
she
of
rarely
the
left the
fact
house.
that I don't.
Her father's inbound, I'm sure of that. Only occasionally did
I
she
don't
venture
want
out
to
on her own.
jump down there because you can't come back once you do. And if there is one here, I'll have missed it. So if you are watching, apologies, there is going to be a lot of backtracking. If you watched the first stream, you'll know I did quite a lot of it in the Valravan Illusion Trial area. This isn't really going to be much different, because there is a lot of area to cover here. There's so many different kind of ways you can go. But I just want to make sure I've got everything. The symbol door I am assuming is that one there. So am I to take that we don't get that one yet? And like, these aren't in chronological. Which would make some orderly sense, I suppose. But... right, I definitely haven't missed anything here. So... my thought is that... yeah, I haven't missed anything. So... I'm fairly certain I've covered all areas here. So I can safely say that, yeah, I can jump down this bit because there's nothing here. I haven't missed anything. And if I have missed anything, I'm going to be so pissed.
You can do it. You can do it. You're strong. Getting stronger. Come on, where are you going? There's nothing to find. He just disappeared. It was a trick. It wasn't a trick. It's not a deception. He's going to appear again. It's a sign. Where's he gone? He's got something to tell. Where's he? Knows you're here. Come on. Keep going. Steps you can do it. Come on. You're getting stronger.
Right, there, I mean, I think that's the way you go, but not taking it just yet. No, that's the way I've just come from. What's down here then? Oh!
Senua,
There will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Right, okay, so this isn't anything there. I don't think. I mean, I certainly hadn't found that, so that's something completely new. So there should be one around here, according to this. Because you go right at the wreckage area where there's all the wrecked ships. And there's Dillion, so I don't really want to be going up there yet. Right. Wouldn't be out in the water, would it? No. I wouldn't have thought so. Although, that looks very questionable. No. Looks very questionable. But that's not one. Well, I can't see how I've missed 3 of these things. There's definitely nothing there. And I've checked everything else. So maybe I haven't come across one yet. Unless then at the end of the beach area where another symbol door is. Right next to the shore on the left. But it doesn't help that they do change the design of the lore stones. So it might not even be on stone, it might be on wood here, but... Right, well we definitely know it's not down there. I feel like I've checked all of that. It's definitely not there. So let's progress onwards. Let us follow the spirit of Dillion.
There he was, the lone figure of a boy. The sword lay under the shade of a tree.
Right, I'm not going to be able to come back up that.
To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing.
But I'm not going to be able to get down there.
The gloom lifted.
Right, there's definitely nothing here.
Yes, she felt. A ray of hope.
Ah. Okay. And there is one.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers and steals.
Ah, I missed this
As
one.
Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
I mean, that's a gory tale. But that's another one down. Right, oh, the shipwrecks at the end of the beach. Turn right when entering the wreckage area. Right, am I continuing this way? No. Right, shipwreck area, shipwreck area. To check everything. Right, there's a stranded ship. This is saying this one will be a little bit further down, just past a stranded ship, which would be this. In Nizpa, I would imagine. So let's have a look. And luckily enough at the minute the stones seem to be stones still, so I'm not like upset about it. Like I say, I do apologise YouTube for people who are watching. There is going to be a lot of backtracking in this. Ah.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left.
Right,
The next
okay.
day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
So there's a stranded ship, so that'll be that one. Amongst all the shipwrecks at the end of the beach, turn right. Well, that's left to start with.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him.
Saying turn right when entering the wreckage area.
Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Well, well, well.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear.
Four down.
Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Right. So I'm down to the 4 runes now. Is it 4? One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just the 4 runes now to get. And then that's the platinum done. I would also like to mention that, you know, this is Mental Health Awareness Week. I thought it was Mental Health Awareness Month, but, like, I was talking to one of the girls at work about it, and it's been all over the British news, Mental Health Awareness Week. So, quite an appropriate game. Oh, it's quite an appropriate game to play, just for the awareness that it does provide.
If only she could do the same.
You know, there is such a stigma attached to mental illness and mental health conditions.
Dance with it, just like he does.
When I think it should be something that's discussed more openly, because, you know, it affects so many people and in so many different ways. I do feel that it's just not spoken about.
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But oh The world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Right, okay.
Can you see him? You want to believe it, because he's not real. Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that it? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by a tree. She met him by a tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
Right. So the last two law stones here. One. Is it this? That looked like it, but it's not. Run off there by the shore. I see it. It's there. I can see it. I want it. See, look how it's a law stone, but this one's on wood.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfiotli. After a time, he sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Explain what demands? The tale of Sigmund? Is that the same stone? That is the same stone. And there's the last one of the set.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she said.
Explain that, Ian. What's going on here, huh? I'm guessing you mean with the story of Sigmund. So basically, it's a Nordic tale of Sigmund. Why you abandoned us, huh? I don't recall abandoning anyone.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. It's a trick. It's coming from there and there. What are they? Look, where's it coming from? She started something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
It's in front of you.
Right, so this is saying the first shard challenge I need to do is this one.
Find it. There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Do you mean the weekend just gone or the weekend before?
Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Turn back. To bury your business. Would you do something so dangerous? Bring you here. Never to. Risk it. Cares my word. loves her.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword.
This weekend... Huh. So... Is that you, Ice? Ah, the labyrinth, right.
Don't go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you.
Who's there? Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Right, left. Haha! I didn't realise you were on, man.
I'll find him.
I mean, you know my policy. If my PlayStation's showing us on, you don't only gotta send an invite.
It's not his voice or the voice is dead. Not Dillian. Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him? Where is he? He sounds like he's getting further away. Have you lost him?
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist.
Left, right.
The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
And then left.
It's not safe here. She has to keep going. If you go down there, no one can save you. It's too
I haven't abandoned you guys though, Ice. Come on now.
I can hear him.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is
Right,
dangerous.
and the last lost
to
stone
wake the
turns
dead.
slightly right towards a dark tunnel. Well, that's not really dark.
The voice is getting louder. Listen, Dillian. Listen, listen, listen.
Uh-huh.
It's him. Listen. It's getting louder. There he is.
And go.
Senua, follow the voice. You're nearly there. Dillian's voice. It's him. He's going to
Right.
save you. Find the voice. Find him.
No worries, man, no worries. How's it going anyway? It has been a while since I've spoken to you guys.
It was a trick.
Right, left. And right. I'm not saying the last one should be here. However, it's not, there's a side here in a side room. You'll find the last collectible in the challenge. Right. Okay, so it's a side room. Where is this side room?
This doesn't sound like Dillian. What's happening? It's not him, it can't be. What's that sound? The voice is changing.
That would be that one there.
That's not Dillian. That doesn't.
Herva ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herva demands her inheritance. But her father warns her the sword is cursed, and would be the bane of her family. But he relents, and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it. But the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
Right. Okay, so that's the last law stone in this challenge. Ha! Ace Attorney is a good game, Phoenix Wright.
What's in there? What is it? A secret room. Nice. How do you get in there? How does she get in there? There's no way in. Find a way. There has to be a way. Find a way. There's always a way. Don't stop now. Don't give up.
I'm guessing you mean on Star Trek, because I know you've uninstalled Anthem.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus. Use your mind. Where's he gone? He's disappeared. Look, slip through your fingers once again. Think clearly. You have to find another way. There has to be another way. You don't recognize it. Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it. She doesn't recognize it. Yes, you do. You know where you. She doesn't. Listen for his voice. Listen. Dillian, where are you? Listen for his voice. Dillian. She can't hear it.
Ah, okay. That's cool. Yeah, to be fair, I haven't been on Star Trek for a while. There's got to be another way of doing this. Because the voice was very close this way. voice is very close here. Oh, I hate this trial, you can't run in it. Should say there's your YouTube name that gave me a little bit of confusion as to what was going on.
Does everything look the same? Looks the same. Something's different. Look for clues. What is it? What's different? There's a clue.
This game is Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade. It's actually a really decent game. It's like $24.99 on the UK PS Store. So probably around the €30 mark on the European store. And basically, if you're into like Nordic mythology and stuff like that, it's a really good game. So you play as Senua, of course, as the lead character here. She has
Light the torch. Light it.
it's lit.
It'll help you see.
She has psychosis episodes and his voices.
She has no idea. We're going round in circles. You have fallen in. You think that sound is Dillian's voice? It's a trap. Does everything look the same? Looks the same.
No, that's the same one.
What is it? What's different? There's a clue.
Right, so that was the last one. And you have to go... You're in a side room. Right, so this is a side room. So from here, because I went right, I want to go left. And right.
Let her think. No. It's space. She just no. She doesn't think. Don't listen to that.
And then left.
She needs us to help her think. What are you gonna do when the torch runs out? Wander around until it gets dark, and then what will you do?
And left again, and there should be...
There's nothing you can do. Nothing.
Oh shit, I may die here. Right, I need to see the Lore Stone. The Lore Stone is... Oh, okay. How have you managed that? I mean, it does sound a bit creepy, but I mean, that's the whole sort of premise of the game. It's because she has mental health condition, she's battling her inner demons, so to speak. But without going more into end game spoilers, I can't really describe it more. Right, there's that one. Okay, so I need to go... Right. Left. Is this the beginning? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so... Managed to make my way back to the beginning of the thing.
There he is. There he is. Dilly is there he is. Where's he gone? Where has he gone?
What's wrong?
How did you let him?
What happened?
Let him.
Can you hear me?
He disappeared again.
Just wait there. I'll find you.
This is your mission. Find him. To use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him? How could she? Find him.
I think I'm just going around in circles right now. Right, I recall this though. Oh, that doesn't help, Dillion. Ah, now somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Maha. Damn it. Oh, no, there it is.
Quiet. He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
So this is the end of the labyrinth trial. I've got all the lore stones in it now.
It's not Dillian.
Or we're coming to the end of the labyrinth trial. If you have more delicate sensitivities, I do recommend
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
some of the images in this game can be very, very graphic. So if you have delicate sensitivities, it may be cautious to
I'm leaving. I've decided.
be very careful.
It's the darkness.
But no, that's very true.
I think I can beat it in my own way.
I mean, pre-order can go one of two ways, I suppose. I mean, at least with the pre-order, if you do the digital copy, you get it on release. Well, you don't have to wait for the delivery if we did it like we did with Anthem, but
It's a trick.
you've turned the volume down. That's fair, man.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you, they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
It's not particularly just the volume that you might want to worry about, though, Ice. Some of the things you will see are very
I am leaving.
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Guess yes.
It's done. We did it, but there's more. There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. To do. It's not.
So that's one challenge. Can you do another one? So let's do this one. Ah, no, I've gone the wrong way. Not doing it in recommended order, apparently. No, there are no poor animals being cut into slices, so that I can assure you. Right, the tower shard. The tower.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Oh, it's this. If it's this challenge, this is this challenge. As creepy as you might find this game, Ice, I think you will appreciate the puzzle aspect of this one. It's fairly good in the way everything just kind of ties together. Yeah, this is the tower. Right.
The bridge. You've come this way, but the bridge is broken. There's no way you can fix it. What do you do now, Senua? What does it see? Get closer. Stay back, don't touch. Where are we? What is this? It's the same. It's another world. It's like a bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there.
And I don't know whether you noticed when you joined the stream, Ice, this is a platinum run. Literally the last 3 red runes I need to collect there are for my platinum.
And even if I
All I
could
need
see
to
him,
do.
I have no weapon. Loki replies, "Here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands." And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
He's waiting for you. He always said he would. He's close. He cares about you. He is close. He loves you. Calling you. Dillian. Dillian, we're here. Dillian. I'm nearly here. The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillian. There he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Where is he? Where's he gone? Remember, Dillian. We're in the wrong world. He's not here. She's in the right world. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark. The dark.
The world won't seem so simple. Black and white.
I don't know. I think for me it was doing it
Narrow
on
dividing lines.
Anthem just kind
Dillian
of
taught her to see further.
made me want to platinum a
Peek
few
through
more.
the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom.
Right, there's a
Senua
rune here.
explored new paths
There it
into
is.
the unknown.
So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow.
And to be fair with this
Neither
game,
weapons
Ice,
nor
if you
wood
put the
will
time
protect
into
Balder's
exploration,
Only
you could
Loki,
platinum it in one run.
mistress of death.
Honestly, you could platinum this in one run.
Your hands. You idiots.
Where are you taking
He's
me?
up there. He's up there.
Does it work?
How do you get up there? There's a way. There is a way up there. Find the way. She can do it. Nearly there. She find the way.
I mean, I don't have as many as he does, so am I addicted?
You kill the things we love with your curse. You kill the things that are most precious to you. Dillion didn't deserve this.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe? I did not ask the mistletoe. The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Balder's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down, and turned these bonds to iron, and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face, so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillion. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes,
Everything gets broken. Movement. You killed him with your love because
an
I
intuition
believed
that
in you.
made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go. She was caught between 2 worlds. That of Zinbel and her past. And Dillion,
You have no chance.
her future.
Wasting your You have no time for this. Speedy.
2 realities tearing at her soul.
It's all part of their game. They've set you trials to distract you. They've set you up, and now they're going to watch you fall. What if these trials mean nothing? It's laughing at you. What if they take you no closer to Dillion? You're letting this get in the way. If they are just to tire you out, make you weak before the battle. Curse. And now the darkness is swallowing you both.
Do you remember him whispering in your ear?
Oh yeah, that's that one.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf, and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes, and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so,
What?
the gods cannot accept his death.
Ah. Right, okay. So I think that's the one that has to be accessed in the past on the 3rd floor, turn right before going through the door. So that's that one. So I have one more rune left to get here, and then that will be this bit done.
You couldn't see the darkness within you.
Yeah, it has to be accessed in the past because you can't see it in the present. Right, okay. And that's fine. So I'm fairly on point here for this.
Does it deserve to be dead? How does that make you feel?
Same here.
He was the only one that didn't.
I have to go through there. And there is a rune here.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
But it doesn't mean anything. You can't read this language. You don't understand. Sinbel was right. You always thought of it all about wasting your time, just delay. Minute by minute by minute. What does she think she's doing? You professional. She thinks she the curse can they mean nothing. The gods are just playing. What if the gods are laughing? Messing with her. It wouldn't be this.
Oh, lordy.
Dillion! It's not safe. You're going to fall.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld
You're going to fall.
and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Sinbel.
You can do it.
I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see. And he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillion's arms, and to see the world through his eyes. Slowly,
Oh.
darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Very careful. You've come this far, don't let it slip away. It's a narrow bridge.
Oh, fuck.
Way to fall.
Let's not fall then, eh? I haven't died so far.
Be quick. Be quick.
No.
Breathe. It's not safe. You're going to fall. Careful. No, she's not. She's not comfortable. She's strong.
Fuck.
You can do it.
First death had to happen at some point. Motherfucker.
Cursed.
Why couldn't it just put me on the other side of that?
Dillion!
God damn.
Very, very careful.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see.
Bollocks! Oh, goddamn.
Your curse has come.
Right, let's try this again.
He didn't know. He was kind.
Dillion!
There he is.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillion's arms, and to see the world through his eyes. Slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
That's it. Quicker.
No. No, no, no. God damn.
Look what happens to the things in there.
Of all the places to start dying. Like when I played through this on my own, well, not on my own, but when I played through this, I didn't die here.
Dillion!
Combat, yeah. Further in the game, yeah.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillion's arms. and to see the
Yeah.
world through his eyes.
It's not okay.
The darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
That's it. Quicker. Be very, very careful. You've come this far, don't let him slip away. It's a narrow bridge. And there's a long way to fall.
The fact that that took 3 deaths, I'm not having it.
Senua, your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. So we fix them by taking away their sight. Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have?
And to be fair, Rice, there's actually a fair few of them in this game, and they're not okay.
Just another part of the person I know.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
What if this is pointless? What if
Right,
you're wrong?
it's another shard challenge done.
What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours. What if this is the end? It's just a trick. It's just
Now there are 2 more to do.
before you could be fooled again.
There's this one,
You don't know. It's just their game.
which is the Swamp Shard challenge. In the last playthrough I died here a couple
I
of
saw once
times.
a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died. The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older. And where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes. as they came out of
There's
the
no
womb.
combat in this section of the game because we crossed a bridge before we got to this bit, and we faced the goddess Hela and she broke our sword. So we're doing the shard challenges to get a new one,
This place feels.
and until we get the new sword there's no combat.
It feels wrong. It feels strange. Where is it? Where are we?
There's no flying in this game, Ice. This is an anthem.
There he is.
The light.
Go towards it.
He's in the house.
Find him.
Don't let him disappear this time.
Don't
He's
let him
going
go.
in.
He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Don't let him.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillian will help me.
No, there is no loot in this game.
Just one little test to do.
You can almost reach him.
You can almost see him.
This is as unrelated to Anthem as...
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it.
This is as unrelated to Anthem as like Mortal Kombat is to World of Warcraft.
Don't worry, not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river
Right.
with Dylan and the others.
But there are... At the end of the first one, Perry will have to fix the bridge upon one of the illusion gates.
No one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister.
There are 2 illusion gates in here.
Laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like them.
Well, she's a Celtic warrior. I don't think that bathing was high up on the priority list. Really. I can't climb it. No. So with the arm thing, when you die, the dark rot spreads, and when the dark rot reaches her head, the game perma-deletes your progress, and you have to start again. Ah. Illusion gates, of course.
The bridge. It's broken. Fix it.
You have to fix it. Now you have to find him.
Quick, get to the house. Get to the house and finish this trial.
It doesn't finish until you get to the house.
Before he disappears.
You have to get in.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farmhands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. That is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
You did it. She did it.
It's not done yet. Just a small piece of the puzzle. You found a way
To climb the tower.
a ladder.
Quick. What now?
You can see it. A line to the truth. The bridge.
She did it.
You fixed the bridge.
She fixed it.
You passed the trial. Get to the house.
You succeeded.
Senua! Come to me! Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Are you in there?
Where is he?
Come out if you are.
You have to find him.
The runes.
Focus.
The runes.
Focus the runes. Come on. They are the key. You can open the gate.
Quickly, focus.
Focus
There was
now.
a Northman called Grettir, big, red-haired, immensely strong, but he was afraid of the dark. It happened one night that an undead creature came to his house to drag him outside into darkness and kill him. He resisted with every ounce of his strength. He clung to the doorframe, but it gave
Right, that's
way,
the 2
and his
law
spirit
stones
out of
in
the
this
house,
shard
and the monster
challenge.
fell back, and the moon shone down on its ghastly face. Grettir, terrified, cuts off its head, but is cursed forever. From that moment on, wherever he was, he would see those hideous eyes staring back at him. Sometimes we allow our own fear to haunt us to our grave.
Right, I might die a lot in this bit.
What's that sound? Dillian! They're coming for me!
I don't doubt that for a second, Ice.
He's trying to save me.
I'm gonna try my hardest not to die.
There it is. It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away.
It is.
Go towards it.
Run.
Focus.
Find
Focus.
it.
Focus. Run. Right now. This is taking too long. Can you do this? You're lost. You need to find them. You're lost. You're lost. Where are they? What death feels like. The light. Go towards it. Find us. Focus. Focus. Look. You have to find one death. Find the other symbol. You're lost. Where is he? You've got. Where's the top? See you, it's coming. Move away. You're lost again.
That is the reason I died several times in the playthrough before. However, I am impressed that I've just managed to do that straight up. Like, oh yeah, I may have died 3 times on that damn ledge, where I didn't die before, but I died 3 times at that bit before. And I didn't this time. Swings and roundabouts. It works.
Senua. What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. That doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let me see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Without you, this darkness has made me a monster.
Killing you.
Right. One more challenge to go. The challenge of blindness.
Inside. You're disappearing one memory at a time. Every time you remember, it disappears.
They're going to take everything.
They're not yours anymore.
And this is the furthest one away, I think, because it's the first one I did before.
They belong to the gods, not to you. They're eating you from the inside. They want to kill your soul.
They want to crush it.
I think they want your body. They want your soul.
They want your mind and they're going to take it.
The memories were yours, but they're the gods now.
Nothing is yours anymore.
It's disappearing with your memories.
Northmen say that their Allfather, Odin, gave his eye in exchange
Do you think that
for
challenge
drink
was bad,
from Ymir's
Ice?
well,
You haven't seen this
the
one
well of
yet.
Wisdom.
Luckily enough, there are no law stones in this one.
In blindness, there can be wisdom. Only by giving can you receive in return. For this reason, I give my life and pass on my stories of the Northmen to you, Senua.
Where am I? I can't see. Who's there?
Can you hear me? I'm right here. Can't you see me?
Help me.
Breathe slow.
It's the darkness.
Stay still.
Well, they kind of do.
Empty your thoughts. Tell me what you feel.
The breeze.
Good. Then there is a way out.
I can't tell where it comes from. The others.
Yes, you can.
The voices. They've gone.
I'm still here.
It's so quiet. So dark.
It's okay. Listen to your own breath. Feel it rise and fall. Good. Be aware of everything you hear and feel. Let your senses guide you.
I admit, I died a couple of times in this one too, but it was on one of the balancing beam challenges. Well, the balancing beam segments. But hopefully that will not happen this time.
I think I'm somewhere else now. The breeze has gone.
Use all of your senses. Let the world speak to you. What do you hear?
I hear water.
Go to it.
I've reached the water.
Good. That's your way out. Follow it upstream.
Should be said, this is the closest to hand holding this game ever gets.
I thought I left this all behind.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
He was right. It's inside of me. It won't let me go.
Senua. My father. He taught me that the hardest battles are fought in the mind, not the sword.
Because it really doesn't hold your hand at all.
That to me in warrior trials.
It's
This is just
not without challenge.
you can beat it.
This isn't your bed. You don't have to help me.
I want to. Besides, you are going to be a great warrior one day. We need people like you.
I'll do my best. I know what you're thinking. He's not really you. Seems there's no escaping the past in this place. And so she's forced to relive it. To what end? There is a house.
You forgot collecting echoes and silencing relics.
I don't know what's inside.
Don't be afraid.
Oh, I forgot this bit. Oh.
Dillian, there's something in you.
Do you see it?
No.
Then it cannot see you. Quietly move past it, one step at a time.
Oh, fuck.
It's not following me.
Whew.
Leave it behind and keep moving forwards.
That's that horrifying bit out of the way. Oh, fuck.
There's more of them. I think they're moving.
You're breathing too fast.
I'm scared.
Listen to the sound of your breath. In and out. In and out. It will pass. You can do this, Senua.
Oh my god! It nearly touched me.
I think I'm in a house. It stinks. Of death.
The darkness is testing you. You are in control.
Oh, yay! Another one of these. Right. I gave myself the challenge of completing this game with only 5 deaths. So far I've had 3.
There's a well.
Don't turn back. Get in close.
Please. Help me.
Whew.
Is that you? I can see a light.
Yes. I can see you too.
She could spend hours, days even, trapped within herself, in the dark.
You see?
Yes.
Your eyes were open, but you were gone.
And when it finally let her go, she could be anywhere, with no memory of how she got there. When it comes for me, I have no power over it. But here, for the first time, someone was there to help. but I heard your voice. You brought me back.
You found your own way back. All you needed was a little help. A little hope.
And that's the last of the trial challenges.
The warrior trials. Go get the sword. You have to get the sword.
With grammar reforged, you will have Odin's blessing to walk, a goddess, into the halls of Helheim and challenge Hela as an equal.
So Dillion was helping me. And the sword will lead me to him. Like when we first met. Dillion gave her the strength to pass the warrior trials, and she saw a way out. To leave her past behind, and become a warrior in Dillion's clan.
The sword is tainted by the gods of darkness. Leave it.
No. He left it here. He wants me to take it.
You will pay a price for this.
But years later, with Zinbel's parting words still haunting her, the darkness came back with a vengeance. A plague. Dillion? Everyone suffered.
My father was not supposed to die like this.
Do you see it clearly now, Senua? The suffering you've caused.
This is your fault. You brought this plague to us. You have blood on your hands.
They're coming for you now.
They're coming.
They're coming to get you. Hold your heavy strike. Hold it. Hold the heavy strike. Hold your heavy. Unleash the sword. She can't remember.
Oh,
How did it focus?
that's new. Oh yes, it's this bit, how I remember this well.
The corpse waved through itself over the ones I loved. The ship broke up under them. The ship that had sailed from the land of shining fields. Their memorial stone is sacred. Come not here in the sun. Come not with a sword. Come not crying over a naked corpse. Come not with disturbed mind.
Do you hear the suffering, Senua? Does your precious gift of sight let you see the souls that rot here in this sea of corpses? Do you feel the blood running cold on your skin? Do you hear their endless cries? Do you smell their putrid wounds? They were once brothers, sisters, and loved ones. And look what you have done to them. All because you were a coward, because you ran from your curse instead of facing it. When you turned your back on your father, Zinbel, you turned your back on the gods, and let the darkness wreak havoc on your people. Why must they pay for your heresy?
Finish this!
Not dying here.
Go! Fight again! Spill their blood! You're close!
She will die.
You with your fucking shields.
He's gone!
Who is it? Galena.
Where are you?
Do you hear, Senua?
It's done.
Do you hear the voice of your mother, Galena?
I need you!
She calls for you, Senua. Go to her. Answer her pitiful call.
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the
Even your dear beloved mother was powerless against the darkness when it came for her. She too had a sight. She too doubted the gods and let the darkness infest her. But she didn't run. She escaped the illusion. How she gave her life to the gods.
If only you had done the same, the world would have been spared this horror.
It's not too late. She's calling for you. Why don't you join her?
Fuck, I've gone wrong.
Be ready. Defend yourself. Come.
It's not over.
Focus.
You can do this. Focus.
Focus. Focus now. She's injured. She can still do it.
Hey, not really sure what that says, sorry. Ah.
Get up quick. She's hurt. She won't make it. Get up quick. She's hurt. She's injured. She won't make it. He's down. Finish it.
suffer with your brethren in this rot and let your blood seep into the seas and the rivers of hell.
I've got a feeling that's scripted. Yeah, that death's got to be scripted because I did that last time. And then there's a way. No, 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 no.
Why do you still fight on? Maybe you too should suffer with your brethren in this rot and let your blood seep into the seas and the rivers of hell. Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done? If the darkness what it wants, let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who is already dead? Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued? Do you think he would thank you for what you have done to him, to his friends, to his father?
No, it's not a cheat code, there's... Is it here? No. There it is.
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the voices. The darkness has taken you. Galena and Senua. Galena and Senua. You are lost. There's nothing you can do. You're
No, I'm not really that good on Russian, I'm afraid. Although that auto-saved and I'm at the 2 hours, and I wouldn't mind getting this to last a little bit longer. So like a couple of days stream maybe. So I think once I get to the next autosave I may call the stream here for the evening. Just to kind of, as it is Mental Health Awareness Week, maybe do a bit of this progression per thing.
Not on my own. Where are you, Mother? I want to be with you.
That night, she gave up on her world to follow in the footsteps of her mother, to go to a place where the darkness couldn't reach her.
Senua. Look at me.
Do you hear them? They're calling for me.
We've lost so many. And I've lost my father. I can't lose you.
You said it. I have blood on my hands.
I didn't say that. You've done nothing wrong.
Simba was right. Everyone will suffer.
Zimbel is a fake. He is a hateful, bitter liar. He's poison. And his words still haunt you. Who do you trust? Him? Or me?
I know who I'd trust.
Do you still believe in me, Senua? In us? Come back to me. Please. Don't let this darkness come between us.
Ah. I trust the noodle monster. I wouldn't trust the noodle monster.
Battles are fought in the mind.
Well, that's your own fault, really, isn't it?
He gave her
Because
the
you
sword
mentioned
to fight
noodles.
more ways than one. And she gave him her word, never to surrender. All she needed was a little help. A little hope.
Ah, okay. Right, so we now have a sword again. As you can tell, the combat is back in the game. What you gotta lower the tone for, sir? What do you gotta lower the tone for? This is a serious game. It's not like I googled the guy that played Dillion or anything while, you know, we were in cutscene.
I'm here to help you. Senua.
We're back.
We found her. We found you. We thought it was. Where have you been? Here she is. Don't worry. Sister, we're here to help you. You don't have to do this on your own anymore. You need us. There's a way in.
Into the mountain.
Can you see it?
Shall we tell her where to go?
It's not far. Go on. Look. Just up there. This
Right, but for now I need the locations for Helheim.
Does she know her way into the mountain? She's a good girl, isn't she? Look up. So clever.
Top of the stairs right after entering the mountain.
I'm glad we're back. She's so glad we're back. Go on. Which way to go? Go up. Go up. Go up into the mountain.
There's a door.
You can do it. You can see it. Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
No, there's a stone here somewhere. Top of the stairs right after entering the mountain.
Go away.
Right,
I'm not listening.
top of the stairs.
Go away. I'm not listening.
Ah, no, hang on.
Go away. I'm not listening.
We're not technically in Helheim yet. Helheim.
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed his father and took the gold all for himself. Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark creature, a dragon.
She can feel it. No. Don't open the door. No, go ahead. Turn back. What's
A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink. What are you afraid of, Senua? How will you save Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadows?
They can't stop me.
Then do it!
Right, there's a manual way of saving this, I believe. Because I think... How are you supposed to do a manual save on this? It is, but I can't recall whether when we came out of that hell world with the, you know, the Detroit bit, whether it auto-saved. I didn't catch it. I was, yeah. Oh, if you could, man, that'd be brilliant. Because I've hit the 2-hour mark, and as I say, I wouldn't mind getting a couple more streams out of this just for the, you know, just for Mental Health Awareness Week. Probably Wednesday will be the next time I do a stream. But yeah, if you can find out whether that did manually auto-save, that'd be brilliant. Because it hasn't since we've entered Helheim. Because also for the... Yes, it has. Awesome. Brilliant. Because I think for the sake of progression through the game, those 4 challenges on their own is a nice little segment. So thank you to everyone who has watched the stream. If you have not, like, share and subscribe shortly before you open the last door. Ah, okay. That's no problem then. So it'll save quite a lot of the progress. Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching the stream, and to my friend Ice there for talking to me through the cutscenes and things like that, just so I've got someone to bounce off. As I say, the next time I will stream possibly will be Wednesday. Yeah, see you in a bit, Ice. Yeah, possibly be Wednesday. Probably about the same time, so 6 PM UK time. Not sure how that would work if you're watching from America or, you know, further east. You kind of have to check the time zones there. Or if you haven't, click subscribe and push the notification bell, and that will tell you when I'm going to go, when I've gone live. If you like the video, please put a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next stream. For now though, this is IanLa1985 or Dark Fury 1985, and I'm signing out. Thank you very much.